guys, welcome back to another Instagram update video. I think I want to stop banging on about the fact that I keep on having to do these videos and just accept that this is a new content pillar for me. And I'm probably going to have to do these every month for the foreseeable future. If you're new here, my name is Jade. I'm here to help you maximize your online presence and create a profitable business. Today's video is going to be all about a pretty major piece of news which came out recently, which is that Instagram's chronological newsfeed is making a comeback. 2022, the year of the comeback. It makes me excited for all the things we're going to achieve next year, guys, because if we can get Instagram to bring back their chronological newsfeed, there is no limit to what else we can achieve. Because I will be the first one to say that I never thought this day would come. I never ever thought that they would bring back the chronological newsfeed. So I'm super surprised by it, and I've spent this past week coming up with a point of view on it, but also just trying to decide what this change is going to mean for you. And that is what this video is going to be all about. So let's just get straight to it. Okay, so firstly, what was the announcement? What am I talking about? So the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, came out and said, and I quote, "We're currently working on a version of a chronological feed that we hope to launch next year." Keyword there, version. They're not saying that the actual chronological feed that we had pre-2016 is just coming back in full force and the algorithm won't exist anymore. That's not what they're saying. They're saying they're working on a version of it, okay? Adam Mosseri also mentioned that the company has actually been working on this for months and that they're well advanced with their prototype. So things are looking positive, but it does mean that it's not live yet. So let's talk about what we think it's going to look like when it does go live. So I'm going to put a photo up here, which I think is like a leaked screenshot from someone actually within Instagram. So somebody's going to lose their job, of them showing us what they think it's going to look like. So this is apparently potentially what it might look like. And as you can see, what it is a option for you to change the view mode for your home feed. So let me break down what these three options are. So at the top, you can see home. And what home will be is what your home feed currently looks like now. So in case you don't know, your home feed is accumulation of content from people that you follow and content that Instagram thinks you want to see, all ordered by Instagram's algorithm based on your habits and your preferences. So your home feed at the minute is completely curated by Instagram's algorithm. The algorithm is deciding what you want to see and in what order, okay? So that is what the home feed will be. It will be your default option that you can already see now. The next section on here is following. So we think that's where the chronological feed will come in. So if you click on that option and you click following, your whole feed will change so that it's being ordered based on the time of which your followers uploaded content, okay? The next option is favorites. And if you don't know about favorites yet, this is this new thing they've been testing for a while. And it's essentially going to allow people to favorite specific accounts. And when you favorite that account, it means that that person's content is going to appear higher on your home feed and will appear when you click on that favorite option. So I'm assuming there'll be a lot less content on that section because it will only be content from people who you have decided are your favorites, okay? So that is what we think it's going to look like. And I'm just going to read out a quote from Instagram's Twitter page, which really reinforces the idea that that is what it's going to look like. So we want people to have meaningful control over their experience. We've been experimenting with favorites, a way for you to decide whose posts you want to see higher up. And we're working on another option to see posts from people you follow in chronological order, okay? So that is those three options that we just spoke through. Okay, so before we talk about what this means for you, I think it's first important for us to talk about why we think this change is happening. Now, Instagram has consistently received a lot of complaints from their users saying that they hate the algorithm and they hate the home feed, right? So I personally think that this is Instagram's way to basically shut everyone up and be like, hey, I'm giving you the chronological feedback. Stop hating us. We're giving you what you want. Now, the key thing to realize here is that I don't think you will be able to set the chronological feed as your default option. So what was probably going to happen is whenever you open Instagram, your home feed will be the home feed that you see now. So it will be the thing what's powered by the algorithm. And then you'll have to go out of your way to change the feed to favorites or to following, right? So that is how you get your chronological feed. You have to go out of your way to change it. And the next time you open the app, it will go back to your home feed and it won't be on chronological again. Okay. And the reason why I think this makes sense and why I think they're going to do this, because you have to remember that the whole reason why the algorithm was introduced in 2016 is because Instagram was finding that people were missing out on 70% of their content. So they were finding that people were missing out on 70% of the content of their home feeds, and that was leading to less engagement and less time spent on the app. And once they introduced the algorithm, that changed. People were seeing more of the content they wanted to see, and they were staying on the app for longer. So Instagram aren't going to wave goodbye to that and just be like, well, that was nice. I guess we're not going to get as much people on our platform now. Like, that's nothing, they're never going to do that. So by allowing people to change it to chronological when they want, but keeping the algorithm as the default option, it's giving Instagram the chance to say, hey, I'm giving you what you want, but majority of you are still going to be dictated by the algorithm. Because let's be real, a lot of people won't go out of their way to change the viewing option to the chronological feed every single time they open Instagram. You might, but I don't think everyone will. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I will. I think I'll just yo-yo between home and favorites. But everyone's different. Okay, so let's talk about what this change means for you and also what you should be doing as a result of this change. So if Instagram decide to keep the default option the same as the one that's there right now, so when you open up your home feed, you're still gonna see content which has been put there because of the algorithm, right? If Instagram keep that as the default option for everyone, that means that the algorithm is still king, okay? Because the algorithm will still decide what content people see when they first open the app. So it's still important to make sure that you have an understanding of how the algorithm works. I'll link to a video up here if you want a bit more information on it, so that you're able to continuously leverage that algorithm and give yourself the best opportunity possible to appear super highly on people's home feeds, okay? Now, there will be a new layer to this now. And the new layer is that mastering the algorithm won't be the only way to appear high up on people's news feeds anymore, which is great. I'm sure there's going to be people throwing street parties all over the world in celebration for this news. It now means that you will have the opportunity to appear highly on someone else's news feed purely based on the time when you shared your content. So what I'm referring to here is the chronological version. So when someone has changed their home feed to the chronological feed, your opportunity will be in the timing of your posts, because the only thing what powers the order of that feed is quite literally the order in which content has been shared. So that is when it's going to become super important for you to understand when your audience is online, okay? That is when it's going to be pivotal for you to know when your audience is online, so that you are sharing content just before they're online. So when they scroll, they'll find you, okay? Now, the other element to it is the favorite option. And the thing about this option is that it's not necessarily an opportunity for you to get in front of more people, but if you create amazing content already and you have a great relationship with your audience, it's a huge opportunity for you to consistently be seen more than anyone else, right? Because people will go on their favorites view and they'll only see content from a handful of people that they have specifically selected to see. So the chances are when they're on that favorite view, they're going to be a lot more engaged and a lot more engrossed with what they're looking at. So if you get on that view, and if you get your audience to start favoriting your account when that new feature is released, that is a huge opportunity for you and your page. That's absolutely hitting the jackpot. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you to start asking people to favorite you. That's not the way that I'm ever going to recommend anyone get on that favorite list. Instead, what I want you to do is take advantage of the fact that this feature has not been released yet and get really serious about providing content which is entertaining, which is valuable, which is high quality, and really start to build that relationship with your audience. Respond to all of your comments. Send your audience DMs, watch their stories, engage with their content. Go out of your way to form a relationship with your audience so that when the time comes when they're deciding, okay, which accounts am I going to favorite, your account is going to be front of mind. So there are 3 things that I'm going to want you to do as a result of this game-changing piece of news. The first thing I'm going to want you to do is to continue to dedicate time to learning how Instagram's algorithm works and continue to practice different strategies and techniques to really leverage it. I do have a whole masterclass on Instagram's algorithm, which you can sign up to in the description below. It's currently a wait list, but as soon as it's up to watch, I will be sure to let you know via email. The second thing I'm going to want you to do is follow Adam Mazzuri's Instagram. I will put a link to Adam Mazzuri's Instagram below, as well as mine, in case you want to follow me. I recommend following him because he is going to be the person who breaks the news of Instagram favorites, of the chronological home feed before anyone else. So follow him, turn on the notifications for his posts so that you are one of the first people to know when these new changes are live. So the third thing I'm going to want you to do is actually going to have to happen after the changes have already gone live. And what I want you to do is to poll your audience and get to a place where you truly understand which of those 3 view modes, so home, following, favorites, your audience prefers. And the reason why this is so important is because if a majority of your audience is going to change their feed to chronological every time they log in, then you know you need to focus on the timing of your posts. If you know that majority of your audience is going to change their viewing mode to favorites every time they log in, then you know that you need to focus on getting on their favorite list. And of course, if you know that majority of your audience are just going to keep it as it is and rarely change off from their normal format, then you know that that the algorithm is still king and that is what you need to focus on, okay? So I really hope you found this video useful. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about these changes. Like, do you love them? Are you scared of them? Are you excited by them? Just let me know. I want to hear from you. If you feel like hanging around on my channel a little bit longer, I recommend checking out this video. It is actually part of a 2-part series where I break down the new way to grow on Instagram in 2021, 22 and beyond. Thank you so much for watching as always. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.